Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on expanding our borders here a little bit, and that's absolutely fine. We're also working on specializing our worlds, and I would like to get one of these worlds to be a unification world. I don't know what it's called for us. It is a tranquil world. Okay, sounds good. So, do we want that to be the case here? Well, this is actually going to be a mining world, so that's a lithic world. This is a cogitation world right now. This is currently a photosynthesis world, but this might not be a bad candidate to be a unification world, in addition to photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is fine, but let's see what else we have. This is actually a good candidate here. Okay. Let's go ahead and make this be a unity world then, and that would be the singing cliffs that we need to put in here. So we'll get that going, and we'll switch this over to being a tranquil world. Okay, sounds good. So we'll get some unity production going that way. We need to get our worlds very specialized, but for now, the primary goal is, in fact, not that. We're going to be heading up over here, and I guess we can head to Stenlar, or we can research the anomalies here and in Korgas, and then go to Stenlar, like that. Because we're going to need to get some forces out over this way, right? So we're at about 11,000 here. We can attack here eventually. That's 16,000. We've still got a number of juveniles out over this way. That's understood. This is 17,000 compared to their 12,000. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. So we're going to take some losses here, most likely, and we will have to regenerate those as juveniles, and it will take a while for them to grow, 60 months.
Horizons widened.
So that's understood. Terraforming speed just went up. That's nice. Shielded musculature seems good. We'll take that. And then elder maulers. Yes, I very much want that. Okay, so in we go here, and we're going to take some damage. This is a pulsar as well, so no shields. Okay. At the very least, we've done a lot of damage to them. But we've got this under control. This looks absolutely fine.
Growth continues.
Beautiful. So that's taken care of. We're going to need a science ship out over this direction eventually, and I'm just going to create one. So we're going to get a science ship going out here. Okay, we've got a derelict ship. Intriguing. So we're going to be finished up on this crystal nidus here. The crystal has been shattered, and that gave us the option for crystal forged plating. Excellent. And we're going to head on back over this way. But we need to change these fleets, potentially. So we need to go into here, and this juveniles here, and we need to take the mature weavers down to here and put the juveniles to here. The mature maulers need to be taken to 15, and then we max out the juveniles, like that. Similarly here, we need to take the mature maulers down to here and the mature weavers down to here. One juvenile weaver, and then a bunch of juvenile maulers, like that. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to want to reinforce these eventually. And we also do absolutely want to get a fortress world going here. So where do we want a fortress world to be? Well, let's take a look at some of these. I'm thinking a decent candidate for that might be... This is a good pollination world. A good candidate for that might end up being something kind of like this world here. So if we make this be a... Where is this? A hunter world? Boost stability and defense. And then this would be a... What would this be? A command bulb. Yes. We'll have to have that be a command bulb here and here. And then we're going to be looking to have these be... something. Bone garrisons. Okay, I'll just build that for now. So let that go, and that'll be okay. We can work up our naval capacity that way for the time being. So that seems fine. So we're done down here in Brink, and that's perfect. I want to start building our stations through here. And we can't get that one because of the astral thread, I think, but that's fine. So we're going to be done up over here soon enough, and we definitely want to start colonizing out over this way. So let's get going on that. And what's this other world here? It's a tundra world? Okay, we can't do that one yet. So that's noted, and we are still not quite strong enough here, but we do have some more maturation happening. So that's noted. This is 14,000 out over this direction. These guys definitely need repairs, and I'm going to reinforce the fleets here. We're lacking in food. That's understood. We're producing a lot of food. I'm not going to buy food at this moment. So we'll just wait for some food to come in here. That'll be fine. And we'll just continue to reinforce these. We want to do that as soon as we can. Solid light smelters are going to be very good for us, of course. And let's go for, like, lithic macerators. Fantastic. So now what we need to do is we need to go to our crucible world here. And we need to replace one of these smelting pools, unfortunately. We need to replace this with a... Maybe it has to go in a molt gut. No. Where did that go, then? The solid light smelter is something that we need. Planet limit of 1. Where do we build it? So this is a crucible world here. Let's see if we can do this in here. That's a smelting pool there. That's only a smelting pool. Maybe we need to be upgraded. But if that was the case, I would expect it to appear here but grayed out. Maybe it's a district specialization? No. Where is that then? Because this is what we want. We want one solid light smelter, for sure. This is definitely a building. And I'm not seeing that it requires any sort of particular thing. Let's check over here. It's not showing up there. And it's not one of these specializations. Maybe it goes in, like, the Hollow Mountains? But I don't think so. So the question is, where's that solid light smelter for us? We see the smelting pool here. That's all well and good. That's very odd. I don't actually see it in there. So what are we missing? We're clearly missing something as to why it doesn't exist. But I don't know what that is. I do want to continue to reinforce these fleets, of course, and we'll need additional food for that. We're getting close to capping our trade, so I'm going to buy 10k food, and we're just going to reinforce both of these fleets up to full strength. Okay. Bog plants giving us exotic gases and society research. That seems great. Do it.
Growth continues.
So that's all wonderful. Over here in Burritos, we'll get our mining stations built, and we're interested in colonizing out over here, but we're actually lacking the biomass. It'll take us a little bit to get that. So that sounds good. And I want to check down here. Okay, you should definitely be coming out to Tuagawa. We'll get that going. And this science chip is currently idle, so you can start researching the anomalies out over here. That's absolutely fine. There's not too much to research out over this direction, and then we can come back up over this way once we're done with that. So that all seems good for now. And then there's this science chip in Plant Heart that is currently idle, and we want to head up over here. We need to have a new scientist in here. Yes, this is fine. And we're going to head over here and research the projects in the system and then survey the system. Perfect. So I would like to come up and attack the hostile fleet here. I'm just wondering how long before all of these are built. The answer is a while. Okay. We can also upgrade our star bases, which we should probably do. Menok Station out over here, this is an anchorage. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not designated as an anchorage, but I would definitely like to start getting all of these upgraded on up. And then we'll evaluate each of our bastions that still exist, and we'll see if those are still things that we want to be upgrading. So this bastion is, yeah, I want to still have this bastion, for sure. That said, it's just a Union of Isk Center. There is the Favarian Conglomerate here, so there's that. But I do want this, I think. So we'll get that upgrading. We're going to need some food, and that's not necessarily surprising. For the moment, this is all fine. This construction ship over here in Burritos is not doing anything. We're going to head over here. I keep trying to go to build megastructure, and I don't know why. So up into Agawa, let's get those built. Perfect. And then we do want to continue to develop all of these worlds. So that's understood. We have, or we had, low stability, but now we don't. Okay, that makes sense because we shouldn't have low stability. This has been terraformed, and that looks phenomenal.
Must be chosen.
Okay, we have a council agenda ready to go, but that doesn't actually change anything for us. So for right now, that is absolutely fine. I'm still wondering, where is our access to those solid light smelters? This is a smelting kiln here. We should replace it with something in here, I would think. But apparently that's not how that works. So there's that. I want to go over to our hunter world, and I want to... Where is that? Here it is. I want to go to our hunter world, and I want to fill all of these out with bone garrisons on this side. Okay, we're lacking biomass for that. That's understood. So we'll continue working on that. Oh, the Union of Isk Center declared war on these guys. Okay. I mean, ultimately, that's a good thing for us. So that seems great. No issue there. +3 alloys or advanced afterburner progress. Honestly, I'm going to take the +3 alloys. Sounds great. So we'll continue to work on that for the moment. This construction ship is idle, but that's expected. We're not colonizing this because no reason at all. We just need biomass. We can't get more biomass other than just waiting it out. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're pretty biomass limited right now, and that's not very surprising in the slightest.
How curious.
Okay, so these guys are definitely reinforcing up over here. We're getting quite a lot of ships in there. +1 exotic gas or +3 society research? We're gonna look but not touch. That'll be fine. We'll have plenty of exotic gas. I'm not too concerned about that. We're in fact getting exotic gases right now, I think. Or we can get exotic gases right now. So that's fine.
System observed.
Dahlberg has now been surveyed, so let's get that done. And we're just going to continue to head down over here and look to cut these guys off. So that is, of course, fantastic.
Debris inspected.
And as soon as we're done here, I want to move down to Stenlaw. So that'll be fine. There's plenty more worlds that we want to get going here, for sure. But for now, this is absolutely fine. Do these take biomass to upgrade? Yes, they do. Okay. So that's absolutely noted. Biomass is going to be a bit of an issue for us. I think for now, let's save up the biomass to get this colonized. So here in Dahlberg, let's get our mining stations built. That looks great.
Growth continues.
An automated shipyard.
Scattered remnants.
So let's right down over here, and we'll research that project.
We have a situation.
Excellent. So we've analyzed the debris up in here, and I don't think we actually got anything from that. That's rude. But okay. And I want to head down to these anchorages over here. It's very important that we put in additional anchorages in each of these areas. This, I'm not actually going to fill out yet. But I do want to put in the anchorages here for sure. So we'll just get that going. That will get us a number of additional naval capacity points. So that's fantastic. And then we can also go to our hunter world and get this command bulb building a bone garrison, which I'm going to do. Yeah, that's going to cost us some of our hard-won biomass. But that's okay. So we're continuing to reinforce the whirling and blossoming corollas. We'll have that done
Growth
soon.
continues.
We're now at 12,423 here. That's not really enough, is it? I'm thinking we head up over this way, get those taken care of, and then from there, we could try to take on Bardigan. We may be able to take that. But I'd definitely like to clean up some of these neutrals. Okay, so that's all looking good. We're building the mining stations here. We should build the mining and research stations out over here in Brink.
Growth continues.
Seems fine. And we're going to be very close on our naval cap. No doubt about that, but we're not quite there yet. So I do want to keep our biomass spent down. We don't have a cap
System
to the amount of
observed.
biomass we can actually hold, which
The
is
wild
interesting.
expands.
But I do want to get this colonized. So let's get that going. That'll be 500 biomass. Cool. So that is all looking good for now. We've still got a number of
Horizons
things
widened.
that we need to do here. We just finished up mineral purification, so that seems great. Crystal mines, Betharian power plants. That would be great. No doubt about it. Yeah, let's go with the crystal mines for now, I think. And we finished up in Chiselian. I'm going to have this science ship start heading off over this way. And we'll research some anomalies out over this direction. And the question is, do we want to get another construction ship? And the answer is actually yes. Well, let's get that going. So that'll be fine. We'll
System
have that
observed.
head up to Chiselian, and then from there we'll see where it
The
wants to
path
go.
is laid.
Council agenda good to go. What else do we have here? Amenities or ship build speed? Honestly, amenities is fine. We don't really need ship build speed at this time. So that looks okay. I still don't know what's going on with that building, though. Why can't we build it? Where's it supposed to go? Also, why are we still at 18% devastation here? What's going on here? Is this a storm? Yeah, it's a storm. Okay. So we currently have a radiant storm up in this area for another 23 years. That's understood. It's rough, but hopefully it goes away. Hopefully it goes away. A dark matter geyser on this planet. Okay. On Taprib. Noted. So that's going to
Growth
significantly reduce our build speed there, but that's okay. Revolting pests, huh? This is on Ulfit 4A. Sure. They're very rude, but that's fine. So we're up to 265 naval capacity at this point. That's definitely an improvement, and we're running a little bit low on our energy credit production, but I'm not that concerned about that right now.
New knowledge blooms.
That seems absolutely fine for the moment. There's our Elder Maulers available. And now we can start going for Elder Weavers. So we need to go into our ship designer and go to our Maulers into the mature section and change this over to some sort of a growth gland. Yeah, like that. So we'll get that saved. That will be absolutely fine. And are we going to need to upgrade any of these? The answer is yes. So we're going to get these guys upgraded. Perfect. And that shouldn't take very long to get that done. Oh yeah, that's quite quick. So this construction ship is idle. We need to go here and build a starbase. This construction ship is idle. We need to build a starbase. This construction ship is idle. We need to build a starbase. And this science ship is idle. We can research the anomaly here. That's fine. And then we can come up over here and research the project in Korgas. So that'll be okay. We'll get this all cleaned out here nice and quick. And damage versus starbase, or every enemy Empire ship destroyed would get us 3 alloys. I'm going to take the damage versus starbases, actually. Neither of those is going to be very useful for us. We'll take the damage versus starbases. So the Flourishing Corolla is, of course, going to need to be upgraded eventually. And we'll get this cleared right on out of here, no
Cleansing
problem.
foreign blight. The roots of wisdom deepen.
Indeed they do.
Vessels strengthened.
Okay, so we'll just push on up over this direction to Velderam. We've successfully siphoned the dark matter miasma from the atmosphere and are beginning to assess the damage. Okay. So we can prioritize studying the dark matter, or we can quarantine and study the population. Interesting. Either way, we get the liquid dark matter. Let's quarantine and study. And we'll get the liquid dark matter either way. So that looks fine. Are we harvesting that right now? We are. So that looks good. So we'll get Velderam cleared out, and then we'll head down over this direction. Let's see.
The wild expanse.
We could attempt to stabilize this. Yeah, we'll try. Let's see what happens. Failed.
A
Unfortunately.
call from the stars.
Very sad. Show us your wares.
Predators
What do you got?
engaged.
They want to give us unity in exchange for energy credits. I'd be more interested in going the other way, to be honest. Get out of here. So let's get these guys taken out. No problem. Excellent. And we did not lose any ships from doing that. So that is absolutely perfect. We do want to probably come up here, research that, and then we can come up this direction and get all of these serviced.
Vessels adapted.
So we've got these ships from that shipyard. To be honest, I don't even want them. Let's get rid of them. That'll be fine. Up over this direction, why are these fleets so weak? Well, it's because we have a lot of juveniles, I think. Yeah, that's probably what we've got going on. So these are, I believe, juvenile weavers here. These are matured weavers. These are juveniles. These are matures. So yeah, we've got quite a lot, but hi, console. We can start heading out over this direction. Hi, pause menu. So we're going to do that. This is not a very far journey for us, but we are powerful enough to take this on. We are going to take losses, but that's okay. I don't mind it. So at this point, that seems fine. This has been terraformed, and I definitely want to get a Cradle of Rebirth going here for that sweet, sweet growth pop, or pop growth, I should say. So that seems good. A Cradle of Rebirth there. We probably need one here too, don't we? Yes. We're lacking 12 biomass for this, so let's get that going as soon as we can. There we go. And then we've got this pollinating world here. Once again, we want a Cradle of Rebirth there. We'll come back to that, though. We're not ready to get that yet. So let's get our mining station going in Stenla. We're full on minerals. We'll sell those off. And what did we finish here? Shielded musculature. Okay, we're definitely going to want to do something with that. But for now, let's grab research station output. Perfect. Okay, down over this direction, we're going to build our mining stations. That will be absolutely fine. Dark matter contamination has happened here. Okay, it's minimal further damage to the planet, but there are symptoms affecting the population, which we expected. We could purge the contamination, and I think that's what we're going to do. We want to gain that sweet, sweet unity, so that'll be fine. Okay. So now we can get ourselves a tradition, and this is in the supremacy tree. That's fine. Naval capacity plus 20% is actually huge. So we'll boost that right on up. That will be perfect. Okay, revolting pests have been dealt with. That's fantastic. And we're just going to head right on over and attack these guys. I think we'll be able to take them out. We'll see. As far as these guys go, they should be able to attack Great Wound. So we're going to head right on in there and see about clearing that out as well.
Growth continues.
Get up here.
Invasive growth engaged.
Beautiful. So we're not even fighting these all at once. I'll just queue those up. That's fantastic. And you guys get up over here. Looks good. Where's that science ship at? It's currently down over here. So we're going to want to have this make its way up over here. In fact, we may want to just abandon this right now. Halt that and just head up over here. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best because we have these debris here. So we should absolutely do that. So I'm going to pull these guys back to Ustir at this point. And we did take a couple of losses. So we lost 2 mature maulers. Those need to be juveniles. And then this force here, which is which? This is juveniles only. Looks good. So we can now reinforce these fleets and get them maturing. Perfect. So these guys are going to be attacking Bardigan very shortly here. And we'll see how that goes. But it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will continue to expand. But we're definitely figuring out where our borders are. That's getting very clear at this point. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Roarnaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.